Hey everyone, it's Jackie with Seeking Simple Life. I am pretty pumped that I'm here today. Um, Yesterday went really well. We talked about happiness and how finding a little bit of happiness actually will start transforming your life a little bit at a time. So. Um, today I'm going to talk about what the perfect freedom is. Um, I find that in today's society, we're chasing freedom, whatever that version of freedom is to you, chasing it all the time. And there are times that I find myself searching for freedom as well. Um, I'm seeking out the key to freedom, but in reality, in truth, the perfect freedom has been here all along, ready for my taking. Often we assign labels to ourselves that restrict who we are or how we act. Um, we act a certain way or do certain things to avoid disappointment in others, to avoid disappointing ourselves. We bind ourselves to this vision of who we think we need to be in order to get what we think will bring more freedom to whatever current situation we're in. But when you think about it, those binds limit our growth, limit our passions, and then we start living in a blind repetition. So we will get up, do our normal routines, go to bed, repeat. Get up, do our normal routines, go to bed, repeat. Till next thing I know, we're like, it's years down the road and the days are flying by and we haven't done anything. We don't even know who we are anymore. We're living our lives in a box that we've created ourselves. Are we listening to choosing to believe? Are we listening and choosing to believe the rules, the bullshit rules that we were told when we were younger that protected us? Are we living our lives in freedom? Or are we constantly living our lives in search of whatever freedom is the new thing to do? Thoreau writes about the perfect freedom as freedom to be ourselves. Let's let that sink in a moment. The perfect freedom is the freedom to be yourself. The perfect freedom is giving back your power, it's actually taking back your power and being you. Being unapologetically yourself, just as you are. It's letting your light shine. So, on Friday, I did a Facebook Live about compassion, and I cried. Yep, I cried on video. And I might do it again at any point, you never know. On Monday, I did another Facebook Live, that was yesterday. And embarrassed my kids a little, maybe even my husband, because I danced on the Facebook Live. I sang on the Facebook Live. And I swore a little, actually maybe a lot, near the end. So if you watch that with your kids, you might want to like go in a different room. if that's your thing. So I was in all of that. It was unbelievably, unequivocally, I can't say that word. I have no, yeah, unequivocally, there we go. The most freeing experience I've had in my business to date. It was unbelievable. Like, freaking unbelievable how free I felt personally. In both these videos, I was showing the real me. I was being authentic, and I was pouring it all out there for anyone to see. I wasn't always that way, though. For years, I mastered the chameleon personality. You see, I grew up being told in one way or another that I wasn't enough. Not pretty enough, not smart enough, not popular enough. I didn't belong. The list is long. When I was myself, I wasn't enough. Those were the messages I got from a young age, and my brain was programmed to believe it. But somewhere along the line, as I grew up, I started to wake up. I started to believe that I was better than those messages, that there was a better life for me than those beliefs were telling me. I became hypersensitive to others and trained myself to be a master chameleon. That was my solution at the time. I was one person as a student, another in front of certain family members. You know, how's life? Oh, it's perfect. Life's great. Couldn't be better. I was miserable. I was insecure. I was the go-to person at work, the person everybody knew they could go to get shit done. And I was another for any other social gathering you put me into. Basically, if I knew the situation I was going into, I could figure out who I needed to be to please others. But when I had to go to an event where I didn't know the people, or I didn't know what was expected of me, I'd freeze. I'd curl up into a ball of anxiety, and I was a wreck. I was a disaster. I was a hot mess. Then my loving husband would just tell me, just be yourself. Be yourself. There's a problem to that, though. And I'm going to try and do this without crying. I don't think it's going to happen. Who was I? Who was Jackie? Who am I? I had mastered my chameleon so well that I had lost who I truly was. I didn't know who I was anymore. I had all the labels. All of them. I was a loving wife. I was mom to 3 kids. I was a volunteer for this. I was an engineer. I was all of the labels. I was a friend, sister, daughter. All of the labels. But I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who Jackie was. Freya Stark said, "There can be no happiness if the things we believe are different than the things we do." I wasn't happy. I was miserable. I had a great life on the outside. 3 kids, a career, house, husband. Life was good. But I wasn't happy. I was believing that I was enough. That's what I was believing. But I was acting like someone else. I was living someone else's life, not mine. See, if you believe that you are being yourself, yet you're finding yourself being a chameleon, then you're acting differently than what you believe. What fears are stopping you from being you? How can you lean into those fears enough to experience the perfect freedom of expressing your thoughts, your feelings, being who you are? Then take it one step further. Allow this perfect freedom of being who you are to do what you dreamed of doing without caring what the fuck anyone wants. Not caring what they think. This is how we can live our best life. People can have their opinions. That's their freedom. They have the freedom to have their own opinions. You don't need to let those opinions shackle and restrict your life. You be you. That's all I want to tell you. Let your light shine. You be you. What can you do today that moves you towards your freedom? Your freedom, not anyone else's. Your freedom. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to drop a link down below for some private chat. If I'm going to be coaching on there today and at any time. I'd like to say it's 24/7, but I have to sleep at some point. So if I don't get back to you right away, then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay? I'd love to see you in there though. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you like this. Comment, share it. Because even if you got just a little bit out of this, maybe somebody else that's been struggling will get more out of it. So share the love, share the videos, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 Mountain Standard Time, AM. Talk to you later. Bye.